3 in the morning, I'm awake without a warning. I'm wrestling with the passing of time. Try to forget it, try to get it together. She's running circles in the back of my mind. I'm hoping this is only temporary. It's scary thinking I could be going insane. Try to forget it, try to get it together. She's running circles in the back of my brain. That girl is like sunburn on my backside, sinking in the quicksand with my hands tied, shouting at the top of my lungs. But that girl, she got my tongue, so I sing it instead. I sing it, ooh, ooh. Maybe this is all inside my head. I sing it, ooh, ooh. Love will make you mad, then drop you dead.
Good afternoon, Vermonters, Patriots worldwide. Kevin Hoy again. A lot of weird things going on. I was forcibly injected when I was incarcerated the other day. That concerns me. Was this another attempt on my life? I don't know. Lots of serious side effects and things going on. And again, the idea that they're doing this to prisoners violates everything, violates the Constitution, UCC 1308, the U.S. Code, the Geneva Convention, Nuremberg Code, on, right? And it's not just me that's getting arrested. There's lots of people.
You have a point here in your notes where the law came for Kevin Hoyt.
Yeah, I don't have to share my screen on that because, I mean, you shared it last week, but I noticed a new, maybe it was his channel on Rumble. So they took him in and I think they OR'd him. They released him like 24, 48 hours. And they do that very commonly. And in that process, they injected him with something. They told him it was a TB test. And usually you can tell the difference. But I want to put something out real quick. Before we talk about law, I'd also like to mention that if Kevin gets a hold of me through you or Tracy Joe or something, we'll do a quantum forensics on that injection site for him for free. And then we'll send him the detox protocols that are going to be in the store in just a few days. We'll send that to him for free so he can pull that out. And then we'll be able to tell if it's just a simple TB test or if there's more involved. And so
I think there was more involved because he got really sick. We were really concerned for him.
Okay.
And he was like, he wasn't thinking right because his mind is sharp and he was real scared.
Yeah. And so, Kevin, if you're listening, that's on Michael and I. We want to send me an image of the jab. We will coherent test it together, and then we'll send you protocol for free to help you out that way. Because they probably did, and I've been seeing that a lot more in my practice the last 5 years. Michael, is that the TB supposed scan is actually just another injection form. And that also tells me it's possible on a jail sort of level, it's possible that they're seeing increase in TB outbreaks as well. So, but either way, 100% of those TB jabs, those little TB, like several needles injecting you.
Yep.
Either way, it's more than just a TB reaction test. So we want to detox that out of you, Kevin, and get that out of your body, like we want to do everyone who's got vaccines and those toxins, injuries, all kinds of stuff. We'll talk about the clays really soon, but I just want to put that out for Kevin. And then I just want to talk a little bit about the sort of the law aspect, because I really would like to see everyone, all of us, every time they touch you with something, like with Kevin, just fight it, because 100% of what they're doing is never right. Literally 100% of the time, they don't do anything right. They just have learned to use their muscle and the end of a barrel of a gun and handcuffs to cause us to force us, compel us, coerce us into doing things we would not normally ever do. And so like with Kevin's case, If you get a traffic ticket, as soon as literally like in my case, I get pulled over, you don't want to fight those guys in the street because they'll tase you, beat the you know what out of you, maybe even shoot you. So you just got to give them some love vibration on the street. But the next day, when you walk home with that little piece of paper that is completely fraudulent, you want to send them your first stage of inquiry. And it's your first step of discovery. And in that, your questions, rather than fighting with them, you always want to ask questions. And I send them questions and the cop can't even answer it. So I always get a response, if I get one, from like the captain, and they always will reply like with a traffic ticket, oh, we don't have to answer any of their questions. And it's amazing because your ticket is over. They have to answer all your questions, and you just go in with that into the court and say, hey, they refused discovery. It's over.
And we're going to call, see if we can find any headway and get any information out of the Rutland Jail. This is the Marble Valley Correctional Institute in Rutland, Vermont, or why, in fact, they even gave me the test. If anybody wants to join me, if you have a friend or family member that's been incarcerated, they've been injected forcibly also. So let's give them a call at 1-802-786-5830. You guys have seen me work before, right? The chances of us actually getting anywhere are slim to none, but we're going to give it a go.
Regional Correctional Facility. Please choose from the following options. If you are calling from a rotary phone, please stay on the line and an operator
Like
will
Nixon called the moon.
For more information, visit our website at www.
Does anybody have a rotary phone?
Vermont.gov. Once you have made your selection, there will be a slight delay.
Paid
Stay on the line.
by the minute.
1 for security. 2 for administration. Press 3 for casework. Press 4 for medical services. Press 5 for mental health. Press 6 for
We'll go with administration. I could have gone with medical.
1 for assistant superintendent. Press 2 for business manager. Press 3 for administrative services coordinator 1.
Let's go. Let's see if we can, we'll end up going through all of them, right? Nobody's going to be there. See if we can get anybody to Rutland Jail. This is going to be the same as always. They passed the buck. Yeah, I heard it click. We're getting a message. These guys. It's so
Sorry.
easy.
Assistant superintendent is not available.
Try 0. Nothing. No. You hit 0 and it hangs up on you. Let's try the Marble Valley Regional Correction Facility one more time.
Facility.
We just hit 0.
Following up.
See if we can get a secretary.
Answer your call.
Going somewhere. Nobody's home at the jail. Or the state's attorneys or your state police. You know there's no police officers on duty on weekends in Fairhaven, Vermont?
Is not available.
All right, let's keep on going. We're just going to keep on hitting numbers until we can try to get a hold of somebody.
Regional Correctional Facility.
What did we try before? 3? Let's go.
Please stay on the line and an operator will assist you.
Here are our choices again. We'll go to medical.
Visit our
I think that was-
website at www.coc.vermont.
It's almost
Gotcha.
fun if it wasn't our life.
Selection.
Right.
Will be slight delay.
It's your life
Stay on
too.
the line.
Not just me. They're doing it to all of us. Big 3 was medical.
That's 3 for casework.
Ooh, I was wrong.
4 for medical services.
4. Let's go to medical.
Wait while I transfer your call. Medical, it's Amy.
Hi, Amy. This is Kevin Hoy. Could I speak with a supervisor, please?
Did you mean to reach medical?
I believe so. I was looking for, well, again, a supervisor at some point, but I was arrested on Independence Day. What a great day to spend in jail, right? But you guys, I was given a TB test. Have you guys got that result?
Can you tell me your last name again?
Sure. Hoyt, Hoyt.
His sick slip, I did. Yes. Can I have your first name?
Kevin, Kevin.
Okay. All right. So it looks like while it was planted, how long were you here?
Just a few hours.
Okay. So a TB, when it's planted, it has to then be read 2 days or 3
Right.
days later.
Correct.
It's not, so I don't have a result for you because you already had release.
Right. You guys knew. Right. No one ever looked, Amy. You guys knew I was in there for a couple hours and I had a court date less than 12 hours after I was arrested. So I'm questioning the reason I was even given the tuberculosis test, especially since I recused it, right? I refused it. I didn't want this. I think it violates Geneva Convention, the Nuremberg Code, USC 301, a whole bunch of different things, including the Constitution. Can you tell me the name of the nurse or the woman that gave me that shot and what she injected forcibly into my body?
I don't believe I can share the name of the nurse with you, but
Why wouldn't you be able to share the name of the nurse that injected me?
the TB solution.
I'd like to know if whoever put that into my body, was she actually a nurse? Is she qualified to do stuff? Did she know what she was putting into me? Okay, well, I'm just going to take your word for that.
So we have Tubersul. There's different ones, but that's the one that we have here, which is just tuberculin purified protein. So it's a Mantoux test. So it just goes under your skin, and then if your body has ever seen tuberculosis, it can react to it. But if your body has never seen tuberculosis, then it won't respond to it.
I understand how it works. Again, I'm questioning why I got it, why I was forced to get it. If the woman that gave it to me was qualified, I'm going to need to know the name of the person that stuck a needle in my arm against my will, if you don't mind. I believe, again, it's HIPAA. It's my own right to have this information. So who injected me?
So I am gonna get your phone number from you, and I'm just gonna leave a message. I don't have a supervisor here right now, but I can have a supervisor call you tomorrow.
That'd be fantastic. Again, I'd like to know why no one has called me, right? No one's called me. No one's checked in. You guys didn't care about that TB test, right? I know the difference. Again, I think it violates my rights. So I want to talk to a supervisor. I'm going to need to know your process. It's got to be a written process. I want to see that. I want to know who injected me. And again, documentation showing what you put into my body. So again, it was Kevin Hoyt, phone number 802.
Okay, I will have a supervisor give you a call tomorrow.
Okay, and who am I expecting a call from? Who's the supervisor?
Most likely from Luana.
Luana. Okay. Thank you very much, Amy. You were very pleasant. Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Put them on notice. We're not going to get any results. What do you mean you can't give me the name of the nurse? Well, geez, Kev, you're only in here for 4 hours. We don't get the results that quick. Why'd you give me the test? Why is this being forced on our prisoners? And again, I'm not a criminal. I'm going to repeat that one right off the top for everybody. I'm an outlaw. They made me an outlaw for the crime of telling you the truth, of exposing evidence, of looking. They count on no one ever looking. I looked, I researched. Now the jail can't tell me anything either. I've called the Bennington Police Department, my local police, 87 times. I've called my local prosecutor 41 times. Called my state or attorney general, the Vermont State Attorney General. This is the second one I believe we took out the first one, TJ Donovan with Rico, so they appointed Charity Clark. And I say, hey, I'm a candidate, 2024 candidate for governor. They cut my brake lines. They want to kill me. I think this was another attempt on my life. I want to report human trafficking, felony gun crimes. I can't even get a call back from an assistant attorney general. I've been down. You guys have watched my live videos. We go to the, again, state's attorney in Bennington, Erica Marthridge, the Bennington County blood clot of justice, again, connected to Chad Schmidt, connected to DCF, connected to Merrill Bank, trafficking ring number 2 up in Paulette, right? Reference Daniel Bonnier. That's the gun grab, land grab. This is all being done by human traffickers, right? By thieves. It's a political conspiracy. That is RICO, by the way. RICO stands for racketeering. We've all been racketeered. That's that society of shell companies that we all live in today. Just a few of them, like I said, the Vermont Sheriff's Association is an illegal business front for embezzlement and money laundering. It's got a matching EIN number with MAPS, the Mount Anthony Preservation Society. That's the nonprofit owned by Judge James Colvin in Bennington. I've said this over and over, and I'm going to keep repeating, right? The Sheriff's Association, the Vermont New Hampshire Christmas Tree Association, the Bennington County Child Care Association. That's Sunrise. That's when you get into human trafficking. PAVE, the Project Against Violent Encounters, right? Turning Point, that's Bennington Area Regional Alcoholics Anonymous Association. All these associations, Trust, Vermont Land Trust, they all fall under the umbrella of MAPS. None of these guys are paying taxes. Are you guys happy with your tax bill? None of them are paying taxes. The lawyers, again, in Bennington, I want you to look up the Samuel H. Blackmer Law Library. It doesn't exist. There's no such place. But because it's a library, they don't have to pay taxes. The headquarters per public records is David Silver's office. That's probably one of the biggest lawyers, law firms in Bennington. Barr, Sternberg, Moss, and Vermont State, for that matter. Public records show his office as the headquarters of the Samuel H. Blackmer Law Library. This tax fraud, guys, is tax fraud.
But the problem is, I'm not Kevin Hoy. I'm a liberal Democrat who voted for Hillary Clinton 15 times. I ain't no Trumper, I'm a roofer. .507 Main Street. This is the headquarters of the Samuel H. Blackmer Library, according to public records. But it's also the Barr, Sternberg, Moss, Silver, and Munson law firm. I wonder if they know that they're a library too. This is strange. Supposedly, this is where Rob Wilmington works now, at the Samuel H. Blackmer Library. Interestingly, Silver's law firm also is part of the PFOA settlement that Wilmington negotiated, and their PPP loan for 11 employees appears to be fraudulent, and Mike Munson is also a former assistant prosecutor who is in the library board, which Rob Wilmington once owned, but they also at the library board have a terrible PPP loan that's as fraudulent as any of them. And there's a lot going on. It's just interesting that Samuel H. Blackmer's library we can't find, and it ends up, this is the address they use, in a P.O. box in North Bennington. Tom Jacobs is somehow connected to all this. He was also head of it, and Wesley Mook is currently the head of the Samuel H. Blackmer Library, according to our records, and I'll post them on Facebook. Wes Mook's car right there with the 1806 plate, and this is the head of the Samuel Blackmar Library, according to Wes in their public records. That doesn't actually exist. One of the many places that's headquartered at. And last but not least, Jonathan Cohen, right next to Bennington PD in the court, like it says on the map, Susan Blackmar, Samuel Blackmar Library. Doesn't look like a library to me. Jonathan Cohen, president of it.
Again, his office connected right back to Sunrise, the daycare center. Again, it's a child advocacy center run by the Vermont Department of Children and Families. It not only has a matching EIN, it's got a pedophile symbol. Cindy Tumeyer, the woman, the financial coordinator, also runs all these other businesses, illegal businesses and business fronts. Follow the money. Look at the Vermont boarding school, this daycare, that daycare, this school. They are screening our children. In case anybody wrong, if you're wondering, this is how it works. Okay, so we have a child advocacy center in Vermont State called Sunrise Daycare. It deals with single moms, addicted, usually single moms that are trying to get it back in life, right? People that are trying, right, to beat that addiction. That was a setup too. So these people are supposed to help us. But what that is a screening center. They're looking for broke moms. This is set up on poverty, guys. That's how they do it, right? So if you have no money, and then if you have no family, right, it's a double-edged sword. First they look, no money, check. And then they're going to get in tight with you. They'll become your friend. They're going to do all the things they can. Meanwhile, they're screening. Make sure how much family does she really have. And then they get you addicted to drugs, and they steal your children. They're connected to the drug dealers too. Erica Martridge, right? Chad Schmidt. Again, I'm the reporting party. Rico. This is all part of it. Started with the drop box drugs. So these guys are connected. It's a giant criminal conspiracy, all working together against these poor women. They get them addicted. They've been abused. You want to talk about MK Ultra? When the state takes your children, when they steal children from you, it's very traumatic. No wonder they're drug addicts. No wonder they're looking for, I mean, anybody in that position would be if they wouldn't just instantly take their lives. This is our kids, man. So that's how it works. Again, Sunrise Daycare, illegal business fronts where they do their screening. Then they've got the law enforcement, they got the courts, they got the drug dealers, they got everything they need. And these people are losing their children. What happens when you go to jail or rehab? What happens to your kids, right? And then the other end is the money piece. What happens to your family farm, your business, your home? The banks are involved, right? They're involved too. How's it end up with the government? Your largest employer in the state is your state. It doesn't matter what state you're in. This isn't just Vermont, guys. It's every town USA. It's happening, right? So again, the things that they're trying to do to me, I think to silence me. I've got a court order now that says I shall not share any content on any social media site. Think they're trying to silence me? That's what it says. Is that against the First Amendment? You guys don't have to like me. Is that against the First Amendment? I'm in trouble. I had a warrant because I said a name. I couldn't verbally say a name. I absolutely couldn't share evidence. I did because I want to warn you guys. I want to tell you what's going on. I want to make you aware so you can do something too. I can't do this alone. I will if I have to, and I'm gonna, right? But it'd be a whole lot easier with you guys. It'd be a whole lot easier as governor too. I'm running 2024. Step number one is we remove them. You're not the problem. They're the problem. We cannot afford them anymore. They're taking your children. Why they're trying to take your guns. Had guns for 250 plus years. The reason they're trying to take them away is because you're finding out stuff. This stuff's going, you're going to want to shoot them. Right? Now, again, I'm not calling for civil war. In fact, I've been fighting that elephant in the room for a long time. That's the last thing we want, right? Law and order. We do this with exposure. It's as simple as sharing a video. We're having, again, inmate rights, prison abuse rights, human rights, you know, the whole world genocide thing and child trafficking. We've connected it to CPS and your Congress. You guys are still arguing about road names, changing the name. Right? Or all the other million things we can complain about. But can we focus on a few, you know, what are our priorities right here? Are our kids our priorities? Is your money a priority for you? Hope your kids are more important than the money part. But again, what are you going to do about it? Where are you going to go? What are you going to, who are you going to tell? Take this evidence. You guys got your own evidence. If you need some, I've got 8 years worth on my social media pages. Grab some and take it to your leaders. That's what you do. If you have a grievance with your government, you take it to your leaders. Remember to bring us for our sheer entertainment, if nothing else. And again, I want to repeat to everybody, when I go to these people, I'm not going to get help. I'm going to for you. These videos are for you, but I'm letting them be aware also. I know what they're doing and I'm giving them a chance. I look them in the eye and I tell them I'm going to send you to prison. This is what we know, and I'm asking you to repent and help me and to help the other people. They get to decide. You guys have been watching them. They've all been making bad choices, right? These videos are for you guys so you can be aware. Is there a reason that I'm still here? Right? All of them are gone. We can't find half of these guys. I just learned in Vermont State now, we don't have any state troopers until 8 o'clock in the morning. There's no overnight shift. Fairhaven, Vermont, there's no cops on weekends. No cops on weekends. What if something happens? You call 911 and somebody has to put their boots on because they're all at home. 3/4 of these guys are on restricted leave, right? Pending the investigation, which is still under wraps. If you ask the media or the government, it's RICO. I'll tell you what it is. It's RICO. That's the investigation under wraps. These guys are running scared. They're hiding. I don't think they can hurt us anymore, but you got to get off your ass. It takes more than typing on a keyboard. Don't come at me and complain like I'm the bad guy. There's legitimate bad guys out there. You don't have to like me, like I said. I've never been to Epstein Island. I've never forced anyone to do anything. I've never committed genocide. I'm a flawed man. I'm a sinner. I'm far from perfect, but I'm not them. And even you guys, I don't care how badass you think you are. You're nothing on your congressman, your police chief. These guys are the worst of the worst. And again, I think we're here. I think this is happening. And I think it's important that you get involved. Participation is key in this whole movement. I just wanted to call the jail today. It didn't work out. We'll put up this short video just to tell people where I am. And again, from that injection site, you guys can't see it anymore. We got some fantastic pictures. I got a glutathione. This is a LifeWave stem cell glutathione patch. Again, I got an X39 on the back, X49 on my belly. These are some of the new technologies that my Wave watch is right there charging. I wore it all last night and I had to charge it back up. That's frequency healing. I've had spiritual workers and light workers from all across the earth, some of the best working on me. And I love you guys. I think that's been helping. But the side effects from this TB test, again, 3 or 4 days later, it's still tender. Now this arm, like my muscles are really, really sore. I'm exhausted. I can barely keep my eyes open. I can't walk more than 100 yards and I'm out of breath. I got to sit down, right? The vein, you guys, it's gone now. But I had a vein that ran from the injection site to my hand. It turned black. Like I woke up in the morning and was like, oh my God, like it was black. It looked right out of a horror movie, a cartoon or something. What the hell's going on? Had a couple medical professionals look at it. They think it was a collapsed vein. What? How's that happen? You know what I mean? And then last night, that vein, it turned back to a normal, I guess, blue color, right? Your veins under your skin is not red, but it turned more blue. And then it would look like it was a scar, like I had an indentation. We'll show you guys the pictures later, but I had and it looked like a massive, deep scar from my hand all the way back to that injection site. Just a coincidence. As of today, again, you can see it's better, right? It's getting better, so that's good. But I still feel like garbage. Again, between the headaches and the diarrhea and the stomach and all the stuff's going. And I'm never sick, guys. I am never sick. Something's happening that's not normal, and the only thing that I can equate it to is this TB test that wasn't required and no one checked on. We'll be surprised if the supervisor from the jail actually calls me back. They didn't care. It wasn't about TB. I love you guys. I'm going to stop ranting. This is unprecedented, historic times. They're going to write songs about us. We're going to have holographic movies or whatever. Hopefully they still have books. What are they going to say about you? Same thing. Everybody's seen this evidence. You guys know you're either, blind, bribed, blackmailed, or complicit at this time. And I'm hoping it's blind. I usually let you pick from here, but come on, if you can't see at this point, your government is the enemy. Big Pharma is dangerous. the media is not really fair and accurate, are they? You guys know all this stuff. Well, it's 100,000 times worse than you ever imagined. It's inconceivable. But this is a unbelievable time to be alive. I think we're here for this reason. I think you were not only, volunteered, but I think you were chosen. You, every single one of you. We all have a role in this, and I hope you're not missing it. It's our chance at bat. You're at the plate. Swing, do something. That's my problem now. I looked, I researched, I believe, I know. What kind of a man would I be if I didn't warn you guys and do everything in my power to stop it? It has nothing to do with elections. You guys vote for whoever you want. Hopefully 2024 will bring independence and an independent candidate named Kevin Hoyt to office. If I was magically elected right now, boom, poof, Kevin's the governor. I'd actually close our government down. I'd declare a state of emergency for corruption, right? And we keep the basic functionality of government open, but we'd be holding all paychecks, mine included, all paychecks, all congressmen, all senators, until the investigation was over. And we do a 20-year audit on elections and state spending. Who do you think would be left? You guys know that answer too. Nobody. We got term limits coming. I'm going to stop the spraying of aerosols and poisoning of Vermonters. We're going to legalize plant medicine and actually cure people. I'm going to give you your Second Amendment. If you believe in firearm freedoms, and you know how it keeps you safe and protected, even if you don't have a gun. Vermont used to be safe based on those principles. They're gone. They've removed those rights along with your other liberties. I'm going to give them back to you as governor. That's my commitment and promise to you. I'm going to write myself out of a job. We're going to have term limits. Anybody in office been there longer than 8 years? I think that gets rid of everybody. You're not going to be happy with me. We're going to abolish the teachers union. We're going to get the state of Vermont out of education. Charter schools, homeschool, private school. Money follows the student. That's really, really easy. Some of these policies are so easy, so over the top, they don't happen because they don't want them to happen. You've got a cure, a way out of the opioid crisis. I'm going to lead Vermont state and then the entire nation out of the opioid crisis. The things we got going on with energy is incredible. Hemp, we're making cars and armor, planes out of hemp. Got sustainable farming. We have to reevaluate how we feed the world because it's not coming. There's so many things happening. Again, the new technologies, the wave watch, the patches, the color and light therapy. Things are happening, and I'm proud and honored to be a part of it. But again, I cannot do it alone. I know a lot of people are counting on me. Just remember, I'm counting on you too, okay? And I don't want your money. I could use a little bit of your money, but I don't want your money. I want your voice, right? Money's just energy. We put our energy into things we believe in. But I know everybody's hurting right now. If you bought gas or groceries, or I'm with you, right? That's how I got started. I was questioning if I could afford to live in the state that I love with the people that I love. Best part of Vermont is Vermonters, right? And once we get activated, once we get connected, once we can stop the stupid division and realize the real enemy, we unite. Vermont strong. That's what they call that. We have a natural emergency and you wake up. And you just do the right thing, help your neighbor. There's a food shortage and you have food, you share. Pretty simple, right? Somebody needs water, somebody needs protection. That's what we do as Vermonters. You don't need the state to tell you that, right? And you don't have to be a Vermonter to be Vermont strong. This is, again, a world movement. All sorts of races and religions and denominations from all over the world, billions of us. Right? All across Earth. It's pretty incredible. And we, the people, are the most powerful force here, right? We have it in numbers. So I'll stop ranting. I love you guys. I really do. This is all sincere. This is all for you. And I hope you get involved. I hope you start looking. I hope you start asking some tough questions from these criminals. If you can find them. If you can find them. They're already in hiding. We have everything. We. Not Donald Trump and the military. I think they got it too. But we, the people, have everything. They're not going to be able to walk down the streets. We're here. That's where we are right now. Try to find your favorite politician. Good luck. And if you do, again, please, please, please bring your phone. You don't have to get crazy or violent or hostile. Just ask them some simple questions. In fact, one of the most powerful weapons we have is love and a smile, right? Tell a joke in there, crack a little grin, and watch them explode. They cannot handle it when you're nice. So again, I had to, boy, a lot of experience there. I had to learn to, change my presentation, right? And again, some of these people don't deserve any respect. Some of these people deserve a good lashing, tongue lashing. So they get it from me, and I don't plan on stopping now that I don't have a warrant. I guess that kind of makes me dangerous again, doesn't it? So we're going to have lots of interviews coming up with the media and the locals and the police, and I'll be sure to share them with you guys. I don't know when. I'll probably put this video up tonight, but I got a big interview with SG on tonight on his platform where we're going to talk about, again, the forced injection. It's crazy of our prisoners in America. Absolutely insane to me. TB test. I don't know if it was TB. I don't think it was. Maybe it's like vaccines. Maybe they got a whole bunch of different versions depending on who you are. Well, I'm Kevin Hoyt. I got the full armor of God. I'll tell you, the shield of faith, it's heavy. It's heavy, but I got a good grip on it, and I'm not afraid of these people. I'm not afraid of these charges, right? I'm afraid what's going to happen to everybody else. And I pray, if you guys want to know my prayer, it's to be in the right place at the right time to help the most people. And so far, God has answered my prayer. God is great. We know the ending. God wins. And there's something to be said about fighting on the right side, on God's side, right? So I hope you guys are influenced by me and all this work and struggle and sacrifice. Oh my God, you talk about sacrifice. All for you. Me too, though. The great I am. I love you guys. That's so sincere. Hope you have a great week. I hope you start participating. I hope you smile, laugh, live, love, dance. Go hug your mother. See you later.